What happened when your logistics sergeant finally said no to impossible timelines? Staff Sergeant Vernon Kent ran our supply section. 22 years in the Army. This guy could get anything, anytime, anywhere. Became a legend for making the impossible happen. Need 500 MREs by tomorrow morning? Vernon got them. Broken generator needs parts that don't exist anymore? Vernon found them. His motto was simple. Give me a deadline and I'll beat it. Command loved him. Constantly gave him impossible tasks because they knew he'd somehow pull it off. Didn't matter if it was reasonable. If Vernon was involved, it would get done. The problem started when our battalion got deployment orders to Iraq. 30 days to prepare. Everything needed to be packed, shipped, and ready to go. Our company commander, Captain Nolan Briggs, came to Vernon with a task list. I was there organizing inventory when it happened. Vernon, I need all this equipment processed and shipped within 2 weeks. Can you do it? Vernon looked at the list. His face went pale. Sir, this is normally a 6-week job with a full staff. I've got 3 people. Briggs waved him off. You always say that, then you make it happen. That's why you're the best. Vernon tried again. Sir, with respect, this timeline is physically impossible. We'd need to work 24 hours a day with triple the personnel. Then get creative. That's what you do, right? Briggs smiled like he'd solved the problem. I have faith in you, Vernon. He left. Vernon stood there holding the task list, hands shaking slightly. My buddy Curtis walked over. You okay, Sarge? Vernon looked at us. I can't do this one. It's actually impossible. Not hard, not challenging, impossible. But Vernon tried anyway. That's who he was. Started working 18-hour days, stopped going home, slept in the supply office. His wife called constantly worried sick. We helped as much as we could, but we had our own jobs. Vernon was drowning and everyone could see it. Day 5, Vernon looked like a zombie. Eyes bloodshot, hands trembling from too much coffee. He'd lost maybe 10 pounds from not eating properly. Day 8, I found him passed out at his desk. Papers everywhere. Phone ringing off the hook. Had to shake him awake. Vernon, you need to go home. Get some sleep. He mumbled something about the deadline, went back to work. Day 10, the breaking point. Captain Briggs walked into the supply office at midnight. Vernon was still there, obviously exhausted. How's the progress, Vernon? Vernon looked up from his paperwork. For the first time in 22 years, I heard him say it. Sir, I can't finish this. The timeline was impossible and I should have refused the task from the beginning. Briggs looked shocked. What do you mean you can't finish? I mean, no, sir, I cannot complete this mission as assigned. It requires resources and time that don't exist. I was wrong to accept it. The office went dead silent. Vernon had never failed anything, ever. Briggs turned red. This is unacceptable. Your job is to make things happen. Vernon stood up slowly. My job is to provide realistic logistics support, not to kill myself attempting impossible tasks to protect your reputation, sir. I thought Briggs might explode. Instead, he stormed out without another word. Next morning, Vernon was called to the battalion commander's office. We all thought his career was over. 22 years, finished because he finally admitted the truth. He came back 3 hours later. Curtis and I were waiting nervously. What happened? Curtis asked. Vernon sat down heavily. Lieutenant Colonel Shaw asked me to explain everything. Showed him the task list, the timeline, my staff numbers, walked him through the math, and Shaw called in Captain Briggs, asked him why he assigned an impossible task. Briggs tried to explain that Vernon always made miracles happen. Vernon rubbed his face. Shaw told him that's exactly the problem. Said we'd been setting unrealistic expectations for years because I kept succeeding at impossible jobs. Made everyone think logistics worked on magic instead of math. The timeline got extended to 6 weeks. Vernon got 2 additional personnel. The mission got completed properly with everyone sleeping in their own beds. But the real change came from Shaw. He issued new guidelines across the entire battalion. Before any logistics task got assigned, Vernon had to approve the timeline. If he said it was impossible, the task got adjusted. Briggs was furious. Complained that Vernon had too much power. Shaw shut him down fast. Vernon's the expert. Start listening to your experts. Vernon retired 2 years later. At his ceremony, Shaw gave a speech about leadership. This man taught me that the word no can be just as important as the word yes. Sometimes the bravest thing a soldier can do is tell their commander the truth. Here's the part that still gets me. After Vernon retired, they found his medical records from that deployment prep. The stress had triggered a minor heart attack on day 9. He'd felt chest pains, ignored them, kept working. Doctor told him if he pushed for 2 more days, it might have killed him. Vernon literally almost died rather than say no to an impossible task. Shaw visits Vernon every few months now. They have coffee and talk about realistic planning. Shaw brings young officers to meet him, uses him as an example of honest logistics leadership. Last time I talked to Vernon, he told me something I'll never forget. Spent 22 years being the guy who could do anything. Almost died proving it. Turns out the most important thing I ever did was admit I couldn't.